All right, back again. Gonna try to figure out what I saw earlier. All right, so what I think, it wasn't a diff problem. In doing the donuts, because it was so slick, if one tire spins backwards and the other tire doesn't, then it'll look like the tire's not moving. Because clearly, you see that? See, watch rolling forward. See how one wheel moves forward and the other wheel moves backwards? When it's that slick outside, I think that's what's going on. That's basically the center diffs. Just doing this because the ground is so wet. So I thought there might be a center diff problem, and there 100% isn't. Not a diff problem at all with this RC. So with that being said, I'm going to take you guys close up to show you. It's drying out now, but it didn't get that dirty. When I did get back in with the batteries plugged in using this switch, I could not power off the RC no matter what I did. So I think something got wet. I'm gonna take a look inside the box, make sure the receiver didn't get wet. It wasn't acting up at all. You can still clearly see there's water in there. So let me flip this upside down. Rocks are falling out. Here's my chassis patches. Dark side. So right here had a big gouge, and right here had some big gouges when I got this chassis. And these are the chassis patches from my chassis protector. And when you scratch them, you cut it out and you install these little stickers or decals, which they're really thick. They're the same thickness as the chassis protector. So that's what they are. Now the rear wheels, there are rough spots on them, and they're not rolling as free as they were when before I went out there. So I'm going to go ahead and check the bearings in those and lube them up. But none of the aluminum seemed to hit. Everything's looking really good. So yeah, let's see if any water came out. Oh yeah, look at all the water and dirt. This is all rocks and gravel from running in the rain. Look at that. Look at that pile. Hard to see, but these RCs collect a lot running on road. There you go, look at that. That's a lot, and that's just from flipping the RC over. So, yep, it does collect a lot of dirt. But the nice thing is, running in the rain, tires show no sign of wear whatsoever for all that drifting and burnouts I did, which was pretty cool. I'm gonna move these rocks off to the side. God, there's so many. I'm gonna have to clean up this table again. I just cleaned this table. But I want to take a look. I'm gonna get these batteries out now. Basically, I came in, unplugged the batteries, and that was about it. I finally had one of these Electron Pros puff on me. It's been 2 years since I've had a battery puff, and it puffed because of my mistake. I had it plugged in, and the RC was sitting on the shelf, which is the #1 do not do. I pulled out an RC, saw it plugged in, grabbed the battery, and the battery was all puffed up. So I'm lucky I didn't lose that RC to a fire. These are still good, not puffy, but a lot of rocks down in there. Other than that, the RC did really, really good. So I'm going to go ahead and get the YouTube infraction cleaned up. Just wanted to click on the video in case there was a problem with the diff and I needed to tear it down. But as you can see, there's definitely 100% no problem with the diff, and everything's good. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Alright, just going to give a little update on my limitlesses and both my infractions. We just saw the update on that one. That one's all fine. Everything's good with the YouTube one. Check the front, it's driving fine. The blue one, it's my other speed run car. This one does a consecutive 120. This has got the new Mamba Monster X8S in it. I just went ahead and put the center brace so that I could lower down the cat pack, and I have a spot to put the GPS. So this one's all good now too. So the blue one on the GRPs and the YouTube one are both good. Here is fastest car in my Arrma Limitless fleet. This is my 135 mile an hour car, I call it. It's done 138 and 135 all on the same pass. It was 2 GPSs, 2 different readings. So I just call it the 135 mile an hour Limitless. It does a consecutive 120, 125. This one does a consecutive 110, 112. If I can stay in it, I've got it to 120. This one constantly does 120 to 125s. If I can stay in it on a good road, it'll go to the 135, 138. So this one's taken the biggest abuse. I've had a lot of crashes with this one. That's why I'm revamping it right now, changing things around, trying to change it up a little bit, trying to get the RC back into shape so I can get it back out there. So with that, went ahead and got the XLX and the brace put on. I do have the big Castle fans on the 4070 TP power motor, but this cat pack is not going to go there. The plan is I need to remove half of this bracket, or this bracket. This is actually going to sit down in there with the wires coming through here, so the cat pack's going to be down in there. And then of course this wire will be up here, and then I'll go ahead and put one of my splitters on it to run both batteries I run right here. Eventually I want to put the battery tray back in it on that side and fit a smaller motor, or whatever motor I can fit, over here, which is probably going to be the 4050. I just believe the 4070 can do more than what I'm capable of driving it to right now. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is removing this brace and getting that down in there, and then opening up these holes so that I can get this to sit flat down on the wing. So that's what I'm going to work on now. And then I just finished up the other limitless. This one runs the dual hoodie fans with the stock BLX 2050 kV motor and a Max 6 ESC with the stock steering servo. So, and then of course cat packs. This is my 8S basher, and this one's just a beast. It constantly is out there ripping. Oh great. So it's constantly out there ripping. But yeah, I used to have an overheating problem with that until I figured out what was going on. So now that all that's squared away, it's ripping real good. So I'm going to get to working on this one so that I can finish this up. And yeah, the limitless infraction fleet will be complete, and they'll all be ready when the weather clears up and the COVID-19 stay at home is lifted, so that I can get out there and get back to doing what I love to do my speed runs with these things and bash around with the limitlesses. I plan on trying to dial that in and make that a drag infraction. I've never had an infraction up to 100 miles an hour, so I might just try to do that, since, you know, I know they're capable of it. I think they're good for bashing around 90. I think I can get it to 100 and still be satisfied with bashing around on it, especially on 8S. That one's only on 6S. So, but we'll see. We'll see what it brings. But I'm going to get to working on this thing now. Figured I'd give an update on the limitlesses and the infractions. Cleared off my table a little bit until I knocked over those cans right now. So I'm going to get that stuff picked up and get to wrenching on the limitless. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.